Hi there guys, welcome to Capital A, welcome to my Forex weekly review. It's just that video again where I'm going to go over what's been said on the weekend. So again, if you like the sounds of that, hit that subscribe button in the bottom right corner, stay up to date with the channel. Shout out to Marco for the haircut, been waiting for this one. Ladies, calm down. I'm seeing them distractions there, some very beautiful distractions. But right now I'm focused on this, so let's just calm down a bit, yeah? With that, we're going to get straight into the markets, all right? Let's go. Okay, guys, I'm going to start with them gold pairs and show you just exactly what's happened. So if you can remember from the video on the weekend, I was talking about price in this area. It looks a bit clearer on the 4 hour. I was talking about this movement and how price has gone and closed a contract in this area here where my yellow marker is. And I wanted to see price if it's going to struggle there. And then we got the move. We got an amazing move to the downside. It went all the way down to 1432. So looking at this area now, I mean, it also played out for what would have been a perfect buy zone that I did have marked out. I didn't take this trade. Everything met criteria perfectly, but I didn't take the trade. I'm not trying to play both ways. I'm not trying to be greedy. We got a nice sell from that area. That's good enough for me. So that was the gold euro. Just looking at how the others performed. So this is the gold USD now. With this one, I was mentioning that I still want to see price come to this level. Whereas you'll notice the gold euro, the gold pound were already at a level of entry to take. And I'll show you the gold pound after this one. But with the gold USD, what I've noticed happened today and yesterday is it's come down to this level here, but it hasn't made a new low. So it's still telling me structure, the way it's moving is still telling me that they've got to come up to this level here and close a contract. There's a trade sitting there. It'll be probably something that's better to look for now after the Easter break, after we've had Good Friday, the bank holiday Monday. The market will tend to move slow. So Tuesday, this will be something that I'll be focusing on if price is continuing to just slowly rise there. That was the gold USD. The gold pound was very similar. We had that daily swing that I was measuring. I was talking about this level here. It's played off perfectly and it had to drop. And again, very similar to what we just saw on the gold USD. It's probably going to rise now. I'm expecting it to maybe come to 1280. So that'll be something that I focus on for next week. So that's the gold pairs covered. Be sure to check out for them in the coming week. Okay, guys, next up is the pound USD. I caught a very good trade on this move. This was called on the weekend, so check this out. I'm still just going to show you the daily picture quickly. I expect price to come to 136. I'm still expecting it to come from here, where we're going to get the higher push to this zone here. What I showed you guys on the Sunday video was this area on the 2 hour time frame that I was looking at. It was this level here. I noticed the market makers moving out of this area, and they left a little clue here with the way price moved. The price shot up, it shot down, it left a little hole. It gave me everything that I wanted to see. It happened around the session timing. Everything was ticking the boxes. So it came back. I mentioned the area. I think it was 138,300. It came straight into our zone. The body stayed in that level. The wicks reached out, but the body stayed in that level, and we had a monstrous move to the downside. So it was very profitable situation. Right now, currently, if we're just watching how price is moving, price is sitting right back there. London's just closed at 4 p.m. and New York's now got 4 hours left to control the day. So I'm not saying take a trade on it. I'm just showing you what I called on Sunday and how you could catch some trading opportunities just by watching my video on a Sunday. So we're back now. I'm going to monitor it. I'm not going to bother trading that now. Good Friday tomorrow. We're expecting a slow day in the market. So yeah, I'm kind of just going to sit on the sidelines and just see what happens with this. I will be updating it on the weekend, so be sure to see what I say there for what could be there'll be some good trading opportunities by then, hopefully lining up. Okay, guys, next one was pound Swiss franc. I don't want to sound like one of these traders who are telling you that it's all glory and Lamborghinis and stuff. I lost the trade here. This was the pound Swiss franc. I was looking at selling in this area where it's been this. I caught a lovely sell on this already. I kind of tried to do it again. That was a bad move from me. Hands up. So I'm looking at this pound Swiss franc now. I was looking at selling it around this level, but what I want you to understand, and I had this one of my students this week, the trade is still valid. Okay, regarding this higher time frame, the weekly time frame, the trade is still valid to be a sell at where we're at. What I want you to understand, and this is what not a lot of traders really do understand, when you start trading these higher time frames, right, and you understand my rules of how I trade, and I would like to take entries around these levels here, to put a stop loss where I want to put a stop loss, that would be 357 pips. You cannot trade a weekly time frame with a small account if you're trying to set the rules that I put on a trade. Okay, so Looking at this now, I'm going to stay focused on it. It can go from the 131,500. It can even come to 132. The trade would still be valid. Okay. Once it beats this area, I'll write the sell off. It's no longer valid to me. Move done. So again, I'm just going to kind of let this one play out a bit more. I like the way it's crawling towards this area. It does feel like the bullish power is starting to run out. So I'm looking for that. I'm looking for that elephant to step in the room. You know, I'm looking for the bearish, big strength, big money pumped in on the sell side. And then hopefully we can catch a retest off of that. And then there'll be a big long-term trade coming up. This is the pound Swiss franc. Keep an eye on this one. Okay, guys, the next one's the pound CAD. Very powerful lesson coming your way. And the lesson on this one is patience. I've had an area marked out up here where I've got my two lines, the two sets of lines. And I actually called a sell in the video at 174,500. If you look here, price came just to it, just to 74,500. Okay. And then we've had the drop. So price has moved down from this area. I did say 74,800, 74,500 in between that area. So I'm still waiting for price. It hasn't really given that move away that I wanted. So I'm still going to hold on to what I'm looking for, which if I just come on an hour, is this area around here. It's the 74,700, 74,975, 74,700, 75 in that level there. That's where I'm going to look to next take another trade on this pair. And it will be a sell around that area. So again, nothing new on this one. It's still, as you can see, been hovering just underneath. It's failed to really go away. So that trade there is still valid for me. Of course, there's now like a double top built here. So I'm looking to see that get taken as well, which would then, of course, grab the market makers tons of liquidity, which would then allow them to make that big, powerful move to the downside, hopefully making a whole new low. So just to remain patient with this one. I think I called this about 2 weeks ago now, 3 weeks ago. And I'm still waiting. So make sure you are too. Okay, it looks like the theme of the night here seems to be patience. This is the UK 100, guys. So this is a trade that I called recently. I think it was last week from this area around the 66.60, 66.40. Had an amazing push. The target is to go hold up here. So I'm looking for it to go up there and eat the liquidity. However, looking at it, I don't think it's going to do that. So what I believe now, and there's actually a little trade up in opportunity here on the review week, the review video, is that I want to see price come back towards 66.80, 66.60 now. I want to see it come back in towards this level. It could be 600-700, but I just want to see it around here. I want to see what price is going to do, and then we might go get that push to the upside. So again, just keep an eye on that area. I know there's some of my students are in this. I know some of them are still holding it. I would definitely shave some profits off now, take some profits off the trade, stop loss at break even. Let's hold it. If I'm correct in what I'm seeing, you should be fine. The stop loss won't be hit at break even, and we then go get that new high. So just keep an eye on this one. It's the UK 100. For those of you who follow me, you'll know that I'm quite good in this field. So just keep an eye on this one. Okay, guys, this is just a quick update on the euro pound. I was looking to see price rise up, come to this level here. I'm still going to hold on to that idea around the 86,800 level. But what I will do is just monitor how price is going to act around the 86,200 level. I've been watching it this week. I've been watching how it's shot out of this area. It's come down to here. I want to see what's going to happen up here. I believe there's a contract up there. There's something up there with the market makers. They brought price up there before to take out that area. So they ate liquidity up there. They're definitely up there. It's just about refining where they are and how to catch a good trade off of it. So again, what I would say to you now is just keep an eye on the 86,300 level. We may get a reaction from there to the downside. If it does start to beat this area, I'll be focusing on that. So just two areas, trying to keep an open mind on it. I'll be watching price action, see what happens when it gets there, and then I'll be making my decisions. So that's the euro pound. Keep an eye on that one. I've kind of moved the goalposts here from what I was talking about on the weekend. It made a new low. So I'm just going to see how we get the retracement on that. So again, euro pound, keep an eye on it. Okay, guys, this is just a quick update on the EURNZD. Again, another one that didn't go too well. I mean, it has in the end of the week, and I'll explain. So I was looking at a buy from this level here. Price has continued coming down. It actually shot through it in a way that for my students will be familiar with this. And they've started to then come to another level, which I had focused on today. It was around this level here, the 68,600 level. So price comes to it. It started to struggle. It started to show me that my area is holding weight. I took a small position on it, and I've rode it down to here, where I spent the afternoon with two of my students just analyzing the New York session, analyzing what was going on. And we came up with this. We came up with marking this area. We want to see what's happening in it. this is the first thing we've had so far for the first hour. So the last 2 hours now, it's just gone and hit the area. All that selling pressure coming down into that area just got absorbed by the buyers, and something's happened there. Something's just turned the market around. So we're going to watch this area. I do want to see it hold a bit more. And I'll think about adding a buy position in this level. For then, there's a target above that we know there's a lot of liquidity building. So again, just keep an eye on this EURNZD. It's very volatile. You've got to be very precise with your entry with the pips in here. So again, this isn't for the beginner. Just focus on your area and be tight with your entry. You should be okay on the EURNZD. Okay, guys, this is that USD Cad that I mentioned on the weekend. Let's have a quick look at what I said. Watching this area, I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to kind of refine it to say, look, keep an eye on the 126, 200, 250 level. That's pretty much where my cursor line is now. It can still come to 126, 500. I want to start to see more signs of struggle like that. 126, 500, right? So this is what we saw before the weekend. This was how when I put on my video, this is what we was looking at. And I was just looking at this area here for a possible sell. So I mentioned the 126, 500. If you just watch how price progresses in this area, this is what I really want to see when I mark out my areas, my levels. I want to see that it's struggling. I want to see that what I'm looking at is struggling to go higher than my area. So when this happens and it starts to turn around again, the trade then has a nice drop and we're almost at about 100 pips in profit. Now, I mentioned 126, 500. It came to 126, 480. We was about 2 pips away from entry. Okay. It's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to play off the number, but there's a trade there, a very profitable trade that you could have caught just by watching my Sunday video, placing the trade on, leaving your phone alone for a week. So you've got to let it go. You've got to maybe wait 4 or 5 days to see the proper profit. And now Thursday evening, you're about 100 pips up almost. So again, be sure to check out that weekend video when I release it. Okay, guys, this was mentioned in that, weekend video, but it was actually mentioned a week ago. So last week's midweek review video, I spoke about there being a trade against the yen. So the Euro JPY and the AUD JPY looked really good to me. This one I mentioned a buy around the 128, 500 level. It's now risen around 200 pips. So if you can hold on to a trade for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, 6 days, there's 200 pips. There's a lot of profit there to be made. It's actually very bullish. It looks like it's going to make a new high. So you would have to make a decision. You might be on, let's say, £500 profit right now, but I might say to you next week, it could rise more and you might see 1,500. You've got to make a decision there and then on what you're going to do. It may come down and you lose everything, but what would you do? That's something that every trader needs to be in control of and understand what they're doing in. So there was another one. It was the AUD JPY, and I've actually got kind of a setup to look out for on this. Same thing again. I mentioned, I think it was the 82,500. We had a perfect rise. I like this one a lot because of the way the picture looked. I'm actually looking at it now. And what I will say to you, if I just come down to the 4 hour, is I'm going to focus on this area here to see if there's a reaction with the sell. And again, it can come from like 84,800 to 85,200. Somewhere in that 40 pip range, there could be a massive sell to the downside. It is very bullish. It is going against a higher trend. But I'm going to watch that area and monitor it. If I can see what I want to see, there'll be a trade that I'm going to mention. And again, that will be probably mentioned on the weekend video. So again, let's see how Friday plays out. And then on the weekend video, I'll be mentioning this and seeing how we can develop it. So yeah, keep an eye on them ones. Okay, guys, that's all from me this week. Again, if you like that, hit that subscribe button. Should pop up in the bottom right corner. Stay up to date with the channel. I've got some exciting things coming in the next couple of months. I just want to kind of describe the next 4 days for you lot. Tomorrow we got Good Friday, Sunday, obviously Easter, Bank Holiday Monday, Bank Holiday Monday. There's a reason it's called Bank Holiday Monday. The bankers, the people that control this stuff, that make the mad moves, they tend to go on holiday. They tend to not be around. So I'm asking you guys to do the same thing. If we're following these people, following what they do in the charts, then if they're on holiday, it's now time for you to take a break. So enjoy the next 4 days, this Easter break. Don't really focus too much on the charts. We'll come back hard again on Tuesday and we'll go from there. I will be releasing the weekend video to kind of show you what I'll be looking at, but it will be geared towards Tuesday to Friday's trading days. So again, just have a good Easter and I'll see you all then. Be safe.